Today on the Justin Nava Show, I'm unboxing an actual first-time visitor gift I received at a church recently. Plus, I'm going to go over the 5 do's and don'ts of your own first-time visitor church guest gift, whatever you want to call it. And finally, we're going to nerd out with a new Wi-Fi setup that I got over the weekend, set it up. I'm very impressed with it. I've been hearing it all over the ads, and I want to share with you my experience with it. That's today on the Justin Nava Show, Episode 10, First-Time Visitor Gift Unboxing from the view of a church guest. Hello, my name is Justin Nava. If we have not met, I am one half of Church Training Academy, a place where we teach churches and ministries and leaders how to use and exploit technology to advance the gospel and spread their message. My name is Justin. Again, if you just didn't get it from the title of the show, and welcome everyone watching live, Ramon, and people watching on YouTube that haven't commented, so I can't see your name yet. Today, we're talking a little bit outside of technology. I know CTA is all about teaching you technology, specifically live streaming. But I wanted to take a break here because A, this is my show, so I can talk about whatever I want. B, this was actually a happenstance, and when this landed in my hands, I thought this would be a really cool thing to do a show over. So that's what I decided I want to do. I want to do a show over this, especially for episode 10. This is something for everyone. So whether or not you are actually in charge of the greater ministry, I think this is something to keep an eye on. And a lot of the people that we work with when they're in the audio ministry, the video ministry, the social media website, whatever, they have an eye on the things that outsiders see. Because the things we do, live streaming, podcasting, they're for the outsiders. And so I think naturally we have an inclination to see things a little bit differently. And so using the stuff that we talk about today, my goal is not to make sweeping changes at your church, but I want to give you the vocabulary that maybe you're reaching for. When I was getting started in my ministry, there were a lot of things that I saw wrong, but I didn't know how to put words to them. I didn't have the vocabulary to say that this is not doing what it's trying to accomplish. I kind of stumbled to find my wording, and it took a long time for people to take me seriously. And that's not through any fault of them. It was through fault of my own, just not having the right vocabulary. So as you watch today's episode and we go over the first time visitor church gift, don't get too caught up on my church will never do this. We can't change what we have right now. Don't get caught up on that. I want you to listen and enjoy and take some notes and get some insights. But we're really just building up your vocabulary for this episode and possibly giving you some ideas on your own first time gifts. So we're gonna take care of that in just a second. But first, I want to introduce you to emailforvisitors.com. This is where you can get 5 done-for-you visitor email templates. And I know the term for the first-time guest is visitor, guest, new person, stranger, friend we haven't met before, whatever you want to call them. When they come to your church and you get their information, first of all, if you're getting connect cards or any kind of information cards on them, that is a fantastic thing. That is them telling you that they're interested in learning more, and you need to follow up with that. And no, follow-up should not be a call on Sunday and an email on Monday. Follow-up should be consistent. You need to reach out to them multiple times, and one of the ways you can do it is through email. And that's why we created the 5 emails your visitors will love. You can get it at emailforvisitors.com. Let me drop a link here in the chat for the people watching live. So basically, this is like 90% done for you email templates. And this is you basically take the templates. I'm trying to talk and type at the same time, and that doesn't work. Take these templates, fill in your own information, fill in your own service times, what people are saying about your ministries that you have. Basically, take your information, put it in the blanks, and then you can email these to your visitors. And what that's going to do is this guy is going to create some consistency in your follow-up strategy. I recommend that these 5 emails, you drip them out over 2 weeks. You can do it all in 1 week if you want. But the important thing is you got to do something other than email. You have to do something to constantly connect and reach out to these people. This is also in addition to a pastor phone call, a group leader phone call, a Sunday school phone call, a text message the Saturday before the following Sunday. This is in addition to all those things, but this is an easy way to get started with emailing your visitors to get them back into church, and more importantly, not just get the seats filled, but to get them connected with your church. So go to www.emailforvisitors.com and get the templates there. It's also it's free, so that's a good thing. All right, so let's go into the gift here. So the story behind this gift is, and if you're listening to the audio, I'm going to describe a lot of it. So I went to a different church on Easter. We visited family. I have nieces that were born, twin nieces that were born around Easter time, so we always celebrate their birthdays like the day before Easter because everyone's already in town. And we visited a small church, and small could mean any number of things for any number of people. I visited a church that on Easter Sunday, I would guess, we sat towards the front, so I didn't see everyone in service. I would guess was somewhere between 50 to 60 to 70 attendees. Okay, this is Easter morning. There was about 50 to 70 people there. I would consider that a small church. Might run average in America. I think the average in America is like around 100, but we were impressed to get this first time visitor gift. So first of all, if you're saying we're just a small church, we can't do anything. First, to take this lesson, other small churches are doing it, so you have no excuse now if that's your church. Okay. So what I'm holding here is a mug that has the church name Gateway Baptist Church. I don't know if I want to do anything to identify them, but if you want to look up Gateway Baptist Church, you might find them, you might not. There's a lot, I'm sure, in America. And inside, right off the bat, just as I see it, is a bunch of papers, but also, right off the bat, a pen, some kind of mix in here. I can't tell exactly what it is. I would guess it's instant coffee. And then also some hot cocoa, some Nestle hot cocoa, and a bookmark that I can see that already looks a little childish, so it's probably for my child. So what I've done is, I have not looked inside of this. My wife kind of peeked inside, but I said, hey, don't touch it too much because I want to use it for a show. So I have literally not looked into this. This is me doing essentially a live unboxing of this gift for first time visitors of this church. So you're gonna see it for the first time just as I will. So let's get into it. So right off the bat, I can see there's a lot more stuff in here than just some pamphlets and booklets. I like that. I like stuff that I can use. So let's see what's in here. So first of all, it's a really nice coffee mug. Okay, this thing, it's if you can hear it rattling around with the pen, it doesn't say anything about not hand washing, so that's good. I was looking at mugs this morning for a blog post on another site, and I saw a mug that was a really cool Batman mug, but it's not dishwasher safe, and I thought, what's the point, right? You can't everything. You should be able to put your mugs in the dishwasher. So this looks good. The logo is great. It's nice and big. You can read it. You don't have to squint. It's got the mark next to it. And it looks really, really well done. No chips that I can see. It looks really beautiful. And it's a nice blue, which I'm assuming is the church's colors. It's not an ugly yellow or anything brown that I don't want to drink out of. Right off the bat, I take out some House Blend Nestle Choice Instant Coffee. So we got some instant coffee in here. I'm not a huge instant coffee drinker, nor have I met anyone that enjoys instant coffee. I would skip that. Then I got a nice blue pen, matching blue pen with their logo, name, of course, their name, logo, mark, and then their website. So pens are always a good default. Everyone gets pens, but everyone uses these pens. This morning, I signed a permission slip for my daughter using a pen from the Emergency Health and Safety Risk Management Department at the local university. So people keep pens, people use them, and guess what? The name kind of stays with you. So some people will tell you pens are pointless, or you have to buy the fancy pens or buy the pens with the little touchscreen stylus thing on it. Just a nice basic pen like this. As long as I know it's going to work, it's going to keep it. It might sit in my drawer forever. Okay. But eventually I'll pull it out and I'm going to remember that time. Oh yeah, I went to Gateway. Not bad. Not bad. You're just giving things to keep around the house that's going to remind them of you. It's just another touch point. It's just another touch point. All right. Also inside is a business card here. So it's got their logo. It's got proclaiming the truth in love. I'm assuming that is their tagline. It's got the pastor's information, the church number, his cell number, the church's, it's a P.O. box, so I guess it's not their direct address, but it should get you there. And then on the back is their website. So it's a pretty good little business card. Not going to lie. It's simple, it's easy to use, and I know exactly what it does. Nothing fancy, no crazy mapping. Obviously, I've been there, so I don't need a map on my card. But nothing too bad. The only thing I would say is it's got the pastor's Gmail address, and it just like get if your pastor's using a Gmail, if anyone on your staff is using a Gmail address, if you're like First Baptist Gateway at gmail.com, it's unprofessional, and it just looks bad, looks lazy. So don't do that. Get a real email address. It costs like $5 a month, less if you buy it than just as a forwarding. It's like $20 a year. Next is some hot cocoa. I enjoy this. This is nice, and it matches the gift. It's a coffee mug, and you can put some instant coffee in it, or you can put some hot cocoa. Next, we got a bookmark. It says, God is Almighty, Revelation 4:8, and be still and know that I am God. So it's a little bookmark. It's a little childish in its presentation, but, that's fine. It could be a kid's bookmark. That's fine. It does have the creator's, I don't know if I'd call it a watermark, but it says, designed by New Weights LLC, www.newweightstore.com. I don't think that's a deal breaker or anything like that. Next inside is Real Church. And let's see. It says more than just a passing trend. It's a little red card. Of course, it's a little folded, a little creased from the coffee mug, but I like it. It's really good. And then on the back, it says at Gateway Baptist, we are focused on exalting blah, blah, blah. It's got a little map on it, and then it says you can have a personal relationship. So it's kind of got the Romans road on the back. So it's not too bad. What's up, Ramon, saying hello in the chat. Also, Tommy and Jordan, thanks for joining live. We got a few other live people that aren't commenting, but that's fine. So this is more like an invite card. So I don't know if you can see it here, but it's got a hello from the pastor, Romans road on the side, and it's got a Real Church. Now, this is a little brand breaking because so far everything's been blue, and this is just a nice red card. Maybe it's red to stand out, but I have a feeling that this was a template, and they just put their information on the back. Again, not a deal breaker, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Also, I like here too on the service times, list of service times, and underneath it says loving nursery care provided. Nice to know. Not just any nursery care. Loving nursery care. I hope you guys can hear me okay because I was sick this weekend, and so my throat's a little sore. But I feel no one's asking anything for like louder, so that's great. Ramon asked, "What's the church email address service?" It's a Gmail address. It's just pastormike@gmail.com. That's not exactly what it is, but that is what it is. So it's a little just buy a pastor@gatewaychurch.com. Right? Just buy that email. It's $20 a year if you want it forwarded from your domain. $5 a month if you want it to be an actual email box. Typically. Could be different depending on your service provider. Last, we have a little pamphlet here. Now, this actually looks like a tract maybe that you'd give someone. It says, Beyond the Grave. What happens once you die? Once you die. And then it's basically if you died today, what would you say? So a track, tracks have their place. It's just very rare that you find yourself in that place. And on the back is more information about the church and the pastor. And then it has some information about reprints. You don't need that on here. That's against defeats the purpose. Ooh, my favorite thing, mints. More specifically, I believe these are called butter mints. Little mints inside that says thank you. Obviously generic thank you mints, but hey, I like it. So, and that's it. And then of course we can just go and wash that mug. So that is the entire first time visitor church guest gift. I'm curious if you guys are watching live, because about half of y'all aren't commenting. What do you call your first time guests? Do you call them visitors? Do you call them guests? Do you call them new people, strangers, or friends we haven't met yet? Prospective visitors, prospective members. What do you call them? So I'm gonna go backwards now. I'm gonna put everything in. I'm gonna give you kind of my final thoughts on this unboxing. First of all, the mug is fantastic. This is a solid mug. I feel like I can hit it and nothing broke. So sorry if I killed your ears on that one. And it's got a logo, and I will remember this church because of this mug. This mug, I would use this mug. Okay. I think a thing a lot of us don't think to ask ourselves is, would we actually use this and keep this in our house? Not because it's our church, right? So I guess maybe a good mental practice is erase your name and put like the local tanning salon. Think about them. That came out of nowhere. If they gave you this mug, would you keep it? And if the answer is yes, then yeah, maybe. If you would say no, I wouldn't keep a bookmark from a local tanning salon. Well, then people probably aren't going to keep a bookmark of your church. So think about it that way. Little idea there. All right, so okay, so the mints I like. I always like little things like this. Of course, you know I like food. I got my little fellowship chin right here. The track I would ditch. You have a really nice basic Romans road. I would keep that and ditch the track. No one's asked for my opinion on this. I'm doing this live without them knowing about it, but I'll absolutely tell them about it afterwards. Just because it's a lot of reading, and this kind of stuff really nowadays is best in person because there's a lot of questions, and people have a problem with this one way indoctrination. They shouldn't, right? Obviously, but this thing isn't getting read very often. Okay. The Romans Road card, I like this. Okay, this is more of like an invite card. Okay, it's eye catching. It's got a map. It's got service times. It's got the Romans Road. It's got a little "Be Our Guest This Sunday" message from the pastor. I really like it. So this is good stuff. I like that. I would make it blue to match the branding, but that's a little thing. The bookmark is okay. Okay, bookmarks they're not used too much, and there's nothing that stands out about this. So I would maybe if I was going to do a bookmark, I'd do something that the child can actively engage with. So maybe a Christian bookmark that they can color. Maybe you can get some Bible, print out some Bible coloring pages and maybe cut out a section, and then the kid can color it and you have the church information at the bottom. Obviously you'd have to make that and print it on cardstock, really thick cardstock, but it could be done, or you can find someone that maybe provides it for you. So bookmarks not bad. I just want it to be a little bit more interactive because this is going in the trash. Of course, the hot cocoa is great. I think a lot of us expect instant coffee in our church and our gift mugs, but the cocoa is fantastic. And dude, okay, check this out. It's Nestle cocoa. It's not great value. It's not Sam's Club. Okay, spend the extra 7 cents on your visitors and get name brand stuff. Don't put generic crap in your guest gifts, because that's just going to come off as cheap. All right, treat them better than that. I'm going to stop my rant right there. Business card, all good. And then instant coffee. Honestly, I've never liked instant coffee, and I've never met someone that liked instant coffee. Do you like instant coffee? Comment down below, because I'd be interested to know. Tommy said we aren't commenting because we are listening to good info. I'm glad you said that, Tommy. Thank you for the encouragement. So I wouldn't do instant coffee. If you want to do something like this, a little packet thing, just grab some Crystal Light. Again, Crystal, not light, not great value drink mix. And put this in there because, it doesn't have to exactly be for the coffee mug. Cool. So I got a couple other ideas, but I think it really fits into what I'm going into next. So we'll save it for that. And that is my live unboxing right here for Gateway Baptist Church for their first time gift. If I had to give it on a scale of 0 to 10, I'd honestly give it like an 8 because I'm going to use most of this stuff. The bookmark's going to probably go in the trash. The track is definitely going to go in the trash because I know what's in it. Everything else in here is going to get used up. I really like the invite card, so I'm going to, I would sit down and read that if I hadn't read it enough already. So that's the gift, okay? So, again, the point of today is to give you some vocabulary of, I don't like this in our gift, and I don't know exactly how to say it. Maybe you saw some of your own gift here. Let me know if you did. Our gift includes a track. Our gift includes a bookmark. Our gift includes mints. Let me know, does yours have any similarities, whether you're watching this live or in the replay? Let me know, and let me know what you like about this gift. I'd really like to know because this is honestly one of the better ones that I've ever gotten. And again, it was from a church of about 50 on an Easter Sunday. Now, you could take that other ways. Maybe they only run 40 on a regular Sunday. Maybe they run 75 and everyone was out of town because it was a small town church. Maybe people go out and leave. I'm not sure. I didn't grow up in a small town, but that's that. So that is my goal. That is my goal, is to give you the vocabulary. You're not going to make sweeping changes right now, but you should have the vocabulary for these first-time gifts. And if you have if you have questions about vocabulary, okay, we're talking a lot about, giving you the ideas, giving you the inspiration, giving you the things to say. This is what all of what Church Training Academy is about. And yes, we put out tons of free content, about 2 hours a week. And me and Dave spend a lot of our time on this free content. But if you really want to excel, I want to encourage you to go to the CTA Insiders program. You can get in at churchtrainingacademy.com/join. I'm going to paste that into the chat here. churchtrainingacademy.com/join. There you'll get the details on the Insiders program. And this is our paid program. This is where we will work with you in a group coaching session, in a mastermind Facebook page, and through recorded video trainings where you get to meet with us and the other insiders to get the answers to the obstacles you're overcoming. The Church Media Hacks group is great. Facebook is great. Google is great. Church Training Academy resources are phenomenal, okay? But there is nothing compared to getting one-on-one direct help with your issues. Do you have a certain budget? Do you have a certain setup? Do you have certain cabling that you cannot remove? Do you have certain projection requirements? Do you have certain internet? Do you have no team? One person on your team? Trying to figure all that out. Does your podcast have audio issues? Is there sync issues in your live stream? All of these things can be brought up and fixed on a Thursday evening when you join Church Training Academy Insiders program, because otherwise you're going to have to sit around waiting for us to cover it. You're going to have to wait for answers in the Church Media Hacks group, which is amazing. We have over 1,800 members now. But as CTA grows and as Church Media Hacks grow, it's tough for me and Dave to be actively involved in it. But when you're a CTA insider, you have your own Facebook group and you have your own mastermind training twice a month where you get direct access to me and Dave to get your questions answered. And we're going to work with you through a project. So Tommy was having live streaming issues. We worked with him for weeks to get him set up. Now we're working with Ramon on getting his IP cameras set up so we can have a less expensive option, and we're not done, guys. Don't leave the stream. We got more coming up to get a less expensive option as far as getting up and running a multi-camera setup. This is all available inside of Church Training Academy Insiders program. So churchtrainingacademy.com/join. That's all I'm going to say about it. I want to move on to the 5 do's and don'ts of your first-time visitor gift. I believe Dave commented here, don't put generic stuff in the mug. It shows the visitor you really don't care to spend a little extra on them. It's subtle, but it has a good impact. Get the good cocoa. Get the good coffee, right? That's good stuff from Dave. Let's see here. Tommy also said in the comments, as a recipient of CTA, I have been getting good info since the beginning. And let me tell you, Tommy, you are the one that always challenges us, because not only do we have to give you good information, we have to match your budget, your experience, your time, and it's amazing. And Tommy, correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't found a solution yet, or we have not found a solution yet. We've always found a solution to your unique situation, so we love that. All right, so let me go into the 5 do's and don'ts for your own gift. So if you want to make your own first-time church visitor, church guest, newcomer, stranger, friend we haven't met yet gift. 5 do's and don'ts. Number 1, do make it something useful. Okay. Again, I love the pen. I didn't put it back in the cup, but I love the pen. The pen is great. The pen I can use. Other useful thing, magnets. Our fridge is full of magnets from companies that we've visited over the last couple years, and we use them to hold up our daughter's artwork and important coupons and important things going on. Report card, whatever. We use those. And so we see those people. We see our lawn guy's magnet every time we go to the fridge. Some people might not like this. Bottle openers always get saved. I'm just going to leave it there. Phone stands. I used to actually have one, and then I got this cool Spider-Man one. You see the Spider-Man? Oh, no, that's a better view. Spider-Man phone stand. I got this one, so it's pretty legit. But before that, I had a phone stand from a remote support company, software company. So I actually used their phone stand. So I think that's another good one. Don't make it something they're never going to use. Okay. Again, a bookmark really doesn't get used that much. Okay. Me personally, I look for whatever. Bookmarks are great for kids. That's why instead of this one, I'd want to do it something that the kid can actively engage with. Something they can color, a puzzle they can solve. I'll tell you this, think about what's on the back of a Happy Meal, not a Happy Meal, but like you go to Chick-fil-A, Whataburger, Jack in the Box, their kids' meals have bags they can do stuff on. Think about that if you're going to do something for the kids. Do something that they will find useful, okay? Basically, again, if you wouldn't keep it for your local tanning salon, they're not going to keep it for you. I'm trying to think of some bad examples, but I try not to focus on them, so none come immediately to mind. But if you have something in your gift, leave a comment, and I'll let you know whether I think it's useful or not. Number two, don't make me read. Now this is very selfish and very lazy, but it's true. People are not going to sit there and read a newsletter or read a track very rarely anymore. Now, if it's an older person, maybe because they've gotten it before and they've seen it before, they might be judging the track just simply off the track as a Christian, right? Is this correct? Is this when was this written, in the 80s and the 90s? Don't make me read. Don't make me read paragraphs about your ministries. Give me something that I can scan. This was a very good example. This is something I can scan. The Romans Road. It's just really hard with the lights in here and the gloss on the paper to get it on screen. There you go. The Romans Road right there. It's really good stuff. Don't make me read. Let me scan. And number three, do include something for the kids, okay? This one was kind of half and half. The cocoa, I would love to give to my daughter. She loves cocoa. The mints, I love butter mints. They're my favorite things. She's not really on board. It could be some snack-sized candy. Could be an activity little pamphlet thing. Could be a little puzzle. You can include a little puzzle that has a special message in it. Again, I don't know if these things actually exist, but I'm throwing ideas out there that you just need to look for, okay? Look for something for the kids. Maybe a little coloring book. A box of crowns. I know you can get, it's not white label crowns, but you can get branded boxes of crowns. I know that. Include something for the kids. The candy, of course, they'll love. I just try not to get candy in front of my child. So I'm a little back and forth on that one. Number four, don't require a full page report on your Connect card in exchange for the gift. Okay. I've actually been to a church where they said, oh, we got this lovely gift for you. And it was a really nice tumbler. I'm talking like a $15 water bottle tumbler, like almost like a Yeti. It was before Yetis though. It was about 5 or 6 years ago before they got big in my area. Maybe you knew about them. Anyways. They said, we got this, and it's got candy inside, and it's got like pens and pencils and all that. I was like, dude, I want that. But when I got the Connect card, I had to do a double take because we make this joke all the time. I thought it was a tax form. So yeah, it's like, I don't want to give you all this information. It's not worth it, right? Don't make the Connect card too difficult. Okay. Now this we actually got without a Connect card. Actually, one of the deacons walked up to us at the end of service and said, hey, I saw you're new. Obviously, it's a 50-person church. Here you go. We'd love to have you back. And of course, we'll be back whenever we visit town. Lovely church. Beautiful church. So don't require so much of them. Okay. I think the most you can require someone to do, my belief, is to have them come meet the pastor, right? A lot of pastors will have a welcome center or a place that they'll go after service, and then you can come meet them, and they'll give you the gift in person, okay? Don't require too much on your Connect form if you're going to trade it for a gift. And lastly, do offer items to your church beforehand as a test. This is more of a pragmatic thing, because as you try to sell this, quote unquote, sell this, to your church leadership, they're going to say, oh, like the mugs and the candy and the stuff inside and printing, we're talking about $1,000 for something we don't even know is going to work. So what you do is you batch order 50 of these mugs, just the mugs, and you just offer them to your church. Say, church, we're going to sell you these mugs for $10, right? That might be how much this mug costs, $8. If your church is going to buy these up for $8, your visitors are going to snatch them up and keep them and remember you when you give it to them for free. So that's how you test it, okay? Maybe you do a hot cocoa bar and you say, church, we're going to have some cocoa out in front for you. Grab some hot water. We'll have some hot water there. And if no one goes and grabs a cocoa pack before church, then probably the cocoa pack's not the way to go. People don't want hot chocolate before church service. Candy, obviously, if you give candy bags to kids after church, if they're happy, of course, why wouldn't they? And the parents are like, oh, that was so nice. That's something too. So, test it. The small items, just do it for free. The larger branded items, maybe order a batch of 1,000 pins and say, hey, we got free pins. If you want a pin, come up and grab one on the way out of service. We got pins for sale, 25 cents a pin. I don't know if you want to sell a pin, but test it out. So for this, I would sell at cost to the church. And if you can sell most of them, then that visitors are going to like it. Guests are going to like it. So, do test it out beforehand. So just to recap, do make it something useful. Don't make me read. Do include something for the kids. Don't require a full page report on your Connect card in exchange for a free gift. And do offer your items. If you're concerned about the cost, just offer them to your church to buy ahead of time and test it out. Are they interested in it? Chances are a guest will be interested in it as well. Well, I'm really disappointed. We lost like half our viewership when I went into that second ad. We're not even done. We're not even done because next we're gonna nerd out, and I'm gonna create a little visual and a little cue here. I'm just building this over slowly. I'm gonna nerd out with something called the Eros Wi-Fi system, and I'm gonna share it on my screen. But I'm also gonna drop the link inside of the chat here. This is something that I've been really impressed with. So what this is a mesh Wi-Fi system for your house. Let me share my screen here so you can see it. And so, can you see me on the screen? Am I on my screen right now? Give me just a minute here. Don't do that. I am on my screen. Why am I on my screen? That's so weird. Why am I on my screen? That is crazy. I should be screen sharing. Okay, share Chrome. Oh, that's so weird. That stinks. I don't know why I can't share my screen. Like, for some reason, I'm getting in the way, and I should not. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, audio listeners. You have no idea what happened, but let's get going. So, the Eero Wi-Fi system for the house. My dad Wi-Fi router was doing terrible, and so finally I said, we need to get you something new. So I recommended this to him. He had a bunch of Best Buy rewards, so he got it for like half the price, less than half the price you see here, because he got the 2 set. But what this is if you have a large house and you have one Wi-Fi router, and you have a home that maybe you're like, oh, let me put myself in the corner here. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, let me get this down here. Boom, there we go. That's what it's supposed to be. Okay, great. And you should be able to hear me too. Awesome. So basically, when you're in a home and you have such a large home, and you just like, oh, I know you don't get Wi-Fi in the bedroom, or it's bad Wi-Fi in the bathroom because it's so far away from the router. What this is it gives you multiple routers for your house, and they all communicate to each other in what's called a mesh network. And basically, what that means is wherever you are, your phone asks the router, which one am I close to, and the router says me. Your phone automatically connects to that closest router. That's a little different than having multiple routers in your house set up with the same name. It doesn't work exactly the way it should. It will just connect to the one, and it will stay connected to that first one until it loses signal, which oftentimes it'll keep that weak signal. So this mesh network keeps it connected to the closest router possible. Now, the other thing, mesh networks have been around, and I've never really recommended them to anyone, but what sets the Eero differently is they have different setups here, so don't get scared by the $500 price. They have the Eero and the Beacon for $300. Okay, what sets it apart is that the setup is just insanely simple. So literally, it was a 3-step process. Number 1, turn off your modem. Number 2, plug in the Eero router. Number 3, and connect it to your modem. Number 3, turn it on. That was it. And then your phone automatically finds it, and then it just walks you through on your phone. Where is it located? Okay. What's your what room is it in? Okay. Do you have any other ones that you want to connect? Connect the extender right now. And it was so simple. And it'll tell you like your network's good. It'll tell you to update it. It'll tell you what devices are connected. All of these things have been present in technology history. However, it's just so much easier on the Eero. I really like it. And it was kind of like the first one to be done. I noticed Linksys and Netgear have their own now, but this is the OG, and it sets up so easily, and I cannot believe it. So the whole thing was I went to my dad's house to help set it up for him, but he honestly could have done it himself. In fact, the thing that got me to recommend it finally after hearing all these ads was I have another friend that's in his 50s, and he said it was so easy, and he recommends it, and he's had it for almost 3 years now, and he said he had no complaints. So I knew it was something worth worthwhile. So definitely check out the Eero. I left the link down below in the chat for the Amazon link. It is an affiliate link at no extra cost to you. It helps us for CTA. So if you can't afford the Insiders membership, I get it. But when you purchase things through our affiliate links, it helps us out, even though you can't quite invest in our grand poobah of a subscription, right? We get it. These affiliate links do help us though. So if you want to support us, absolutely buy through our affiliate links. Yeah, little disclaimer, little call to action there. So that's there you go. We did a lot in this episode. We did a lot in about 35 minutes. We unboxed this gift. We gave you the 5 do's and don'ts, and we kind of nerded out a little bit about the Eros Wi-Fi system. Have you ever done anything with it? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. This was a huge episode. Justin Nava Show is coming back in full swing. We are live every Tuesday at around 11:15 a.m. Central Time. And this is the show. There is no publication. Right after this, I'm going to upload the podcast version, and that is it. So what you see live is what you get in person. But I'd love for you to be here and join the conversation. And yeah, we are going to run some promotional items, but the show will never end on an ad. That is a promise I'm making to you right now. So all the people that left in the middle, you guys, you can't hear this message because you're gone. But you don't ever get discouraged. I will never end on an ad. I don't want to do that to you. We're always going to end on value. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll have the post up later today. But as always, I want you to not only listen and learn, but I want you to execute. I want you to take this and put into action. So take what you've learned and go change lives.